Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is the Demoscene report for the 24th of July 2024. As usual, I went through all of the news and latest releases that I could find on the active Demoscene, and I summarized them here on this video to help you keep up to date with what's been happening on the Demoscene. You can find the links to all the things that I will be covering listed in the video description below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please remember to share it with a friend who might be interested in keeping up to date with the Demoscene. That's the best way to help the channel grow. It's been one of the warmest Julys in history here in Europe, so I hope you grab yourself a cold drink and chill out with me by the water with my friend here, joined by Sule, while we go over the latest news. And to start things off, let's take a look at the releases from Lost Party that took place 2 weeks ago in Poland. So Lost Party is a little demo party in Poland dedicated to 8-bit machines. So a lot of Atari things, also Commodore 64 and a couple of ZX Spectrum releases as well. Starting things off with the demo competition, only a single entry but very good quality demo release for the Atari XL. Rewind 2 by New Generation Radiance and Zelax. A lot of good quality graphics, a lot of good quality effects, especially optimized for the Atari. Very good frame rate on them, good looking. I didn't like the pacing of the demo itself, felt like a bit of a lot of different things glued together, but overall very large demo, very good quality, so definitely check it out. Then we had a game released as well, Robots Rumble. I actually looked at the video of it, and the gameplay seemed actually quite interesting. It's a different mechanic. You control a little robot with 2 magnets on each side, and it's a game for the old Atari as well. So a nice little release there as well by Tebe of Mad Team. Then we had the graphics competition for old school machines, a lot of stuff for Commodore 64, some releases for the Atari as well. This one was made in Petsky. Planet Atari by Rocky Mad Team getting 8th place. Speed by Rocky, also very nice momentum looking there. Lost Summoners, more fantasy themed pixel art entry. Bath by Premec for the Commodore 64. The Web of the Girl by Boom, also a very nice aliasing on this one. Hell Rider by Kermit83. Loneliness to Insanity by Vasil for the ZX Spectrum. And Mumia by Rocky of Mad Team won the competition with this very cool Atari pixel art image. Then we had the 1 kilobyte intro competition, which only had one single entry, Saluticida by Joker, and you might have seen this before, but this was specially optimized to fit 1 kilobyte. They had released an 8 kilobyte intro before that was a similar scene, but slightly more complex and slightly more, the music was slightly longer as well, and that was originally a remake of a demake of a PC demo by Umlaut Design, I believe. So Umlaut Design did this demo with this cube rotating. Some Commodore 64 guys, which I believe was Samar, but I'm not entirely sure right now, made a version for the Commodore 64 of that demo. And then Joker, the ZX Spectrum group, made a version of that demo for the ZX Spectrum. Just one of the scenes, a lot of pre-calculations, clearly an animation, but very good packing. And now they made a 1 kilobyte version, so instead of having 4 kilobytes of data, they crunched it down into a single kilobyte. A lot of pre-calculation, but it does have music and this single scene, animated scene moving, so really nice technical achievement there. Then we had the 256-byte intro competition. Real-Time Mirror by Zine of Agenda got 4th place for the Atari. Also for the Atari, Glisti by Koala of Agenda with some nice little arcs there. A very good setting colors and reflection on the water by Bobik and Krupkai and PG for the Atari as well. And the winner was Guess Who It Is by Tigris of Specky PL, doing this very nice face, I guess, with artifacts, but it has like gradient. I'm not quite sure how they packed all this data into 256 byte, but looks very good, and for me it's a technological wonder how it's possible to just put all of this data into 256 bytes. It's already weird having it animated, so it even needs code to play the animation of that evolving effect. So it's weird, it's strange, I liked it. Music competition was won by Pator of Joker and Specky PL with Solitude, VBXE graphics, a special mode for the he only had 2 entries. Excuse me. Second place to Don't Lose Your Comb, and first place to Topiecie. And the wild competition, only 3 entries. Fred Goodboy was a remake of the music from Fred, the game of Sir Fred, I believe. A game originally for the Atari. They remade the music with modern tools, and they made a video out of it playing the original game with the new music, as far as I understood, because I don't speak Polish, so that's what I could guess from the whole thing. The second place was a visualization effect for a video, the visualization effect video for a track called End of Days by Greg Field of LabCD, and the winner was Code Breaker by a bunch of people. It is a game where you have to guess the color, so hence the Code Breaker, made for the Commodore 64. With the caveat that they also made hardware for it. So it's a physical hardware game where you have to guess the 4-color sequence that it is. The game is quite known, has been around for a long time, but it's cool that they made like a physical device to actually interface with it. And yeah, the game is available for the Commodore 64. So that was one of the highlights of Lost Party as well. So yeah, cool little party in Poland. I think I have around 100 and something visitors every year. So congratulations, Tristes, for organizing another edition. Talking about games for the Commodore 64 with some weird interfaces to them. There was this release called Whackadoodle by CityXen. They have this interface, as you can see here, and the game runs on Commodore 64, and they have a physical interface as well to do the whack-a-mole thing, interfacing with the Commodore 64. Of course, it was quickly cracked by Blazon and enhanced, even though they don't have the physical device. And this game was actually released at what was supposed to be the Void Party. CityXen was trying to organize a demo party in Atlanta, Georgia. They didn't quite organize it. They ended up postponing it. But they did release this game on the same time, so it was more a release party for this game than anything else. So yeah, but I did a little more research on who CityXen are, and they were actually a group for the Commodore 64 that have been doing a series of videos on YouTube promoting starting to code on the Commodore 64. So it goes through the basics. They also have like this repository that I'm linking here as well, where they teach you how to code for the Commodore 64, like the basics, like setting up Hello World, the assembler, Visual Studio connection with that, doing some basic sprites, scrollers and things like that. So teaching you the basics of how to do things on the Commodore 64, and everything is linked on their YouTube video as well, which is also linked down here. So if you're interested in learning how to code Commodore 64, or you're based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and you like retro computing, get in touch with CityXen folks, and yeah, get more Demoscene going in Atlanta, Georgia. Talking about videos on YouTube, I found this video by Charles Cornell going over the music by Tim Follin for the ZX Spectrum, which was a very known musician for the ZX Spectrum. Also did music for other platforms as well, for the NES and I believe Commodore 64 as well. And Charles Cornell does this reaction videos to music, and he... how can I say this? He overly excitedly shows the things in a way that's more appealing for general YouTube audience, and that kind of puts me off a little bit. But the video itself is quite interesting. He explains well why the music of Tim Follin was particularly impressive, like how you can do those tricks with a single beeper or with the AY chip with just 3 channels, how you can do this multiple chords playing and chord progression that sounds like that. So he explains the basics, he plays a few tracks, he explains the chords behind, so he tries to recreate the chords. And yeah, if you want to see a person getting mind blown at this thing and explaining how it is possible to do this kind of things, check out Charles Cornell's video. It didn't teach me anything new, but it was slightly entertaining, and I think it's a good reference for a few people as well. What else? New coming out, WBC released source code of Demarination, a 64K intro that was released at Revision this year, an invitation for the Multimatograph party that happened a few weeks later, or a month later, something like that. Made for the Amiga. All the source code is now released, so if you like coding for the Amiga or like to see how the things were done, check out WBC's repository of things. And talking about Amiga, we have a couple more crapbox demo packs released by Electronic Knights. They always released new one with the latest things. The latest one is Crapbox 30, so with the latest releases that came out for the Amiga, and they also released one going backwards since the day that they started creating them. So this one accumulates releases from April to July 2016. So if you like to have things on a single disc that you can put on your Amiga and watch the latest releases, check out the latest Crapbox releases by the Electronic Knights. Then we can talk about DiHalt 2024 summer edition of the DiHalt demo party happening in Russia. This one happens in the middle of the woods. They go into like a camping scenario sort of thing. Set up some retro computers. I have no clue how they get power over there, and they run some competitions just for fun. They had a couple dedicated to AI graphics. Some are actually interesting. Let's talk about low-end graphics. So graphics made with artificial intelligence tools and then converted to old-school platform things, either manually or with some conversion programs. And there were a couple interesting entries in it, which shows the potential of AI graphics for some applications. You can find most of the stuff is for the ZX Spectrum because it's the main platform at DiHalt. Some stuff for the Electronica BK as well. You can see here by InnoArt Studio. The Cat is Watching Out a Compo by Igma. TMK of D-March also did something for the ZX Spectrum. Actually, this looks Amiga, but I guess it's the enhanced ZX Spectrum because this looks like special colors on it. Nice little Daft Punk homage here. Like this one barely looks converted. It looks converted on some details, but it looks pixel art for the most part. So really interesting graphics there. Another InnoArt release for the Electronica BK. Also very cool graphics. Blockhead by WattTac. This one was particularly interesting because this has this very unique style, and that's can be hard to do on AI unless you're particularly looking for it. And the winner was Cyber Skull by WattTac, which does look pixel art overall. So I guess they used AI as an inspiration and then converted and tweaked a lot of the things around it to fit the character color limitations of the ZX Spectrum. So a few interesting releases on the competition, which I'm usually not very surprised in AI. They also had an AI Wild, but you can submit videos and stuff like that. Most of them are just single graphics images, and then there were a couple of videos which are mostly funny in a way that you can see the several ways that AI still fails to make something completely realistic and tries to make a joke on the whole concept compo. So it's a bit of a wild competition, but using AI. Typical wild competition from the usual demo parties where anything goes, and there are a lot of videos making fun of the actual party and things like that with the Demoscene memes in it. So it's this, but with AI generating some of the parts. Like this one, for example, had music generated doing the sort of gangsta battle about gangsta rap about the Amiga, and also some images of computers in the wild. So it's like DiHalt but with even weirder computers. They are not real, and the people also look weird, and the fingers are missing for the most part on a lot of people and things like that. The Dive by Paradox of Mayhem ended up winning the competition, and it's like they recreated this ZX Spectrum called The Dive with AI technology, and it looks weird, it looks silly, it looks stupid, but it's funny in a way, I guess. So yeah. If you like AI technology, it's interesting to check out. Then we had the manual coded stuff, the human coded things, low-end 256-byte intro competition. Pakmoji 64-byte by Goblinish got fourth place. Third place also for Goblinish, but for the Sam Coupe. Warp by Sandro for the Electronica BK, and Flight by Kuvo also for the Electronica BK won the competition there as well. So nice little 256-byte intro competition at DiHalt. Then we had low-end graphics drawn by hand, I'm afraid Dave, by the Russian name that I can't say. Dracula by Wattak, very nice image for the ZX Spectrum as well. And then the winner was by AT with Stolen Heart, a nice little drawn pixel art image as well, so congratulations. Then we had the real-time low-res graphics competition, which uses the 53C mode, which gives you extra colors for the thing. There were a bunch of them that just say Stack Overflow. I'm not sure if this was like they don't have the graphics of it available, or someone actually submitted multiple times the same image. I'm not sure. Anyways, 6th place, Where is Party Place by Shernam. Push Push No Pop by Kekos of Nonos, Kokoko by Shuvdrble, and The Leaving Sea of Stacks by Magda on 4th place. Something by Flast. I'm guessing those are boobs or eyes or something. Then we have Water Stack is Full by Flast in 2nd place, and the winner was But Something Went Wrong by Tough Through, which I guess is exploding. It's Tetris inside a bottle of beer that is exploding, I guess. Okay, that has a concept at least behind it, so I guess that's why it won. Wild competition, not dedicated to AI graphics. Advice by Philip, a nice video entry by Philip, the Polish young scener. One more invitation to Chaos Construction by Nick Hot Misk, doing a little funny Photoshop rotating thing. A video of some people playing ZX Spectrum version of soccer game. I didn't understand the joke. 2nd place Encounter demo reel. Going through the way that they created a little 3D scene with this ship flying through. So they did a little animation sequence, and the video is actually showing them creating the thing, like the different steps that they use, the different things that they use. So it's interesting if you want to know more about concept, the concept art, the creation of the assets to make this kind of video animation. And in 1st place, it was a ZX Spectrum slideshow art pack by Diver, Gronji, KJ, and RCL, coming back to activity after 25 years of not coding anything for the ZX Spectrum. They took some graphics from Diver of 4 Dimensions and multiple other groups, and they made a slideshow out of it. Music by KJ, which was also pretty good. The graphics are pretty good. I would have liked to see, like, they show for each graphics they say the title of the image. I would have also liked to see some of these images are converted from other images, either photos or images taken from PC demos or Amiga demos. I would like to have to see the original credits also assigned on each of the images there, and not just diverse version of those images. I think there are a few original there as well, but I would have liked to see the full credits of the thing. Anyways, good slideshow here released by multiple people, and a good winner of the Wild competition. ZX Spectrum Music was won by MMCM, the legend of ZX Music as well. Summer of Kazan won that one, so check it out if you like ZX Spectrum Music, which you should, because it's awesome. Moving on to other things that were released, we had a bunch of out of competition releases at Commodore 64. As usual, you can find them on CSP. Color GP intro by Mayday. I'm not sure if I talked about this one already before last week or not. If I have not, here it is again. A Summer Breeze intro by Second Dimension as well. Nice little pastel colors there. Good release by Cody. And then an Algo Wave Extraction by Algo Tech. So I should talk a little bit about this and also probably play it if I can. I know it takes a little while to pre-calculate stuff. So what this does is it's a Digi sampler of some sort, so it tries to outdo the capacities of the usual Commodore 64, the limitations of the SID to play sampled tracks. And Algorithm has been working on this for a very long time. He has done several releases throughout the years, usually with some pornographic images as well, and doing samplings of like Sabrina and Sandra and stuff like that. This time it's an original image, as far as I know, original track, as far as I know, and it goes as far as playing you 8 channels with different sample rates, different phases and stuff like that. Hopefully, after this text, we will actually hear it, or you will actually hear it. And the last thing that we have to talk about is the upcoming demo parties that are happening. So if you find a demo party near you on the coming future, please do consider visiting it. We have Euskal Encounter happening in the Bilbao Exhibition Center in Spain this very weekend. Also Geeks Can Dance in Berlin in Germany. In the beginning of August, we will have Assembly Summer, the largest Demoscene event happening in Finland. At the same time, in Germany, a small C64 demo party happening at Atwood's Summer Open Air. Pagadata in Sweden, dedicated to the Commodore 64 and Amiga. Undefined 2024 Summer, happening in the beginning of August. A small little hacker space related demo party. Seal Adventure, the main demo party for the Atari scene, happening in Poland as usual. This is the summer edition of Seal Adventure. Then we have Evoke happening in Cologne, Germany. Syntax Society Summer Fest in Sweden. Jumalauta in Finland. Chaos Constructions happening in St. Petersburg. Xenium in Poland. And Aqua Party dedicated to the Commodore 64 in Germany. Still a lot of parties happening in August and also September, so find out the closest demo party near you and try to attend if possible. So that's it for me. Thank you everybody for watching the Demoscene report. Thanks again, Sule, for this amazing background image. I'll see you again next week, and if you'd like to contribute financially to this project, please consider going to patreon.com/psenough. Whatever you're willing to donate would very much help the channel keep going and producing this kind of content. So yeah, see you next week. Bye bye everybody. Have a great day.